Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, hashtag MovieBay. I am MovieBay, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a review to RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17, Episode 14, entitled, How's Your Head? Liner. But before we get to it though, I would like for you all to consider subscribing to the channel because here on MovieBay, I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. And if that's the type of content you like, you might as well hit the subscribe button and stick around. And if you find yourself enjoying my commentary along the way, don't be afraid to give me a thumbs up. And you're always welcome to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I might sound a little nasally. That's because I'm sick. This weather change down here in Texas is killing me. How did it go from being 90 degrees to 40? It's killing me. All right. But anyhow, let's go ahead and get into what we came here for, said review. And before I even start, y'all, when I tell you I was gagged this episode, I was gagged. Everything that I knew about reality TV definitely went out the window. RuPaul shook some up. Okay, let's get into it. All right, so this episode is basically kind of like their audition, quote unquote, to be a part of RuPaul Drag Race Live, like in Vegas. Excuse me, they had to do like a number of things. They had to do a photo shoot, an interview, they had to choreograph a dance, they had to do a promo video, and of course they had to do the runway. They had a jam-packed episode. Like, to me, this challenge should have been for the top 2, 3, whatever, right? But let's go ahead and get into the photo shoots. I couldn't find any pictures of the photo shoots online, y'all, so y'all's gonna have to take my word for it. I don't know why you hadn't watched the episode by now, but let's talk about it. All right, so we had Jules. Jules, in my personal opinion, had the best photo shoot. Very much so Vegas showgirl, which a lot of the girls who flopped, quote unquote, this episode is because they decided to stick to their aesthetic as opposed to changing up their aesthetic to fit the theme of Vegas. All right, so Jules to me had the best photo shoot. Anya, I felt like I said Anya's photo shoot was nice, very much so Jennifer Lewis when she got into her acting bag, like acting out the photo as opposed to just posing for the photo. I feel like that's when Anya started to shine through. I feel like Sam did very well, very pageant, very pretty, very cutesy. She's not new to photographs. Now let's talk about the two that kind of flopped in the photographs, in the photo shoot. Susie and Lexi. Susie in this sailor outfit. Ugly, ugly, ugly makeup, ugly outfit, ugly hair, and it just was not sexy. Now, everybody can't give sexy, but you need to give something mysterious, sultry, something. Okay, it wasn't enticing. All right. With Lexi, Lexi couldn't get, bro, Lexi in the smile. She couldn't get the smile down right. So Rue was like, just show your uppers. And Lexi did this funny I said, baby, it's the work that she's have done, baby. She can't show her uppers. But she finally did get the smile down that Rue was trying to get her to get when the extras came along. Okay, so to me, I feel like Lexi needed that extra boost of the extras to feel and give sexy. She couldn't do it by herself. All right, so of course the girls had an interview, and it was with Latrice Royale. Okay, OG Latrice, RuPaul's Drag Race season 4. We all love Latrice, right? I feel like she was the perfect person to do this interview with the girls. Very homebody, very motherly. Somebody who I feel like just talking to her, you could just open up about the world, right? So let's talk about these interviews. She stated that Sam was young but gave an old school spirit, and Latrice loved that. She said that Susie was kind of doing like a humble brag. At first she was kind of more humble, and Latrice was kind of like, toot your own horn, bitch. Like, Susie too, toot your own horn. So when Susie started doing that, I guess you could find like a little bit more of her personality. She started to open up a little bit more. One thing I didn't like nor agree with was Anya. So what Latrice said about Anya, and it could be editing. But she said that nobody wants to be around somebody who is like miserable. So basically, I guess like during that interview she got from Anya, like she didn't have any joy or she wasn't a joy to be around or something like that. And I was like, and then you hear Lexi telling her miserable story. Now, I'm not shading Lexi at all. Y'all know how I feel about Lexi. Lexi has been through it, honey. That song, I'm a survivor, that was made with Lexi in mind. Okay, but I'm just saying, like, how do you interview Anya and say she needs to be a joy, but then when you interview Lexi, it's like, damn, I want to cry. You telling me about how you got sex traffic? Like, god damn. Let's pray for Lexi, okay? Then it comes to Jules. Jules was doing great until she stumbled on the question, what is your 5-year plan? And honestly, when you ask somebody who's in their early 20s, it's like 5 years. I'm happy I'm just here. You know what I'm saying? But that definitely was an organic moment, like the judges stated, from Jules. And it got her wheels a turning. It's like, what is my 5-year plan? What do I do after Drag Race? You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you are really just living in the moment because it's surreal. Like, I can't even believe I'm here. I didn't plan what was going to come next because I'm shocked that I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Boom. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the dance, and then we can get into the bottoms. I was going to talk about the workroom, but I guess I can talk about the workroom. My workroom is basically, I like how this season was very shady. I feel like out of all the seasons, the one to get the Emmy, season 17 should definitely get this Emmy. It was very entertaining, very shady. We got the crying moments, we got the laughing moments, we got the viral moments. Like, I feel like this was a very good, well-rounded season. I like how in our top, 5, we have a variety of queens. We got Sam, a pageant queen. We got Susie Toot being the quote-unquote awkward, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, unique, different, offbeat queen. I can't think of the adjective I'm looking for. Then we got Anya, who is very much so, and I'm a black woman, so I say black because, not because of her skin tone, but just because of her. She's very much so black pride, you know what I'm saying? If you can only be black to understand what I'm trying to say. Anya gives black woman, like, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the representation. Jules, I feel like Jules is kind of like everything. She's like, she could be pageant, she could be cutesy, she could be fashion forward, and she could be funny. And then you have Lexi, who is really just the tall model-esque model. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like all of the tropes that are usually casted on RuPaul's Drag Race, we have one of each in our top 5. So in my personal, it's kind of not really up for grabs, but it's kind of like whoever wins is going to be like an inch above the next one. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we have a very well-rounded top 5. I'll say that. All right, let's go ahead and get into their choreographed dance. And we could talk also about their promo videos because this is what the judges were, I guess, critiquing them on. So in my personal opinion on the choreographed dance, my standouts were Sam Star. I could not take my eyes off Sam Star. And Anya. Like, the judges said that Lexi kind of like stood out, and in my personal opinion, I feel like Lexi stood out, but it was for the wrong reasons, because every time I looked at Lexi, I was like, oh my gosh, she is so cheesy. Like, it just looked like cornball 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, you know what I'm saying? But needless to say, she did, stand out. I do feel like Susie was the weakest, and in my opinion, Jules was also the weakest, but it could be because she wasn't really getting that much camera time. So I was trying to like find her. I was kind of like, where is Jules? You know what I'm saying? And had to like look for her. So that could just be because of the camera. Anyways, let's talk about these promo videos. I feel like Jules is, my bad, I had moved away from the mic. I like Jules. I feel like Jules had the best promo video. It was fun. It was sexy. It was very much so Vegas. I also felt like Anya's was funny and very much so attention grabbing. When I tell y'all black representation, Anya, black representation. You had to see the video to understand what I'm saying. I feel like Lexi's was all over the place. She was talking about a lot. It was giving sexy. It was giving salacious. It was giving roller derby. Roller derby. What the hell is you talking about? Then we have Sam Star. I felt like hers was funny and also attention grabbing. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Okay, my bad. I had to sneeze. But the judges didn't really like it. I felt like Sam's and Anya's was kind of similar though. You know what I'm saying? They both tapped into what they knew. But I guess structure wise, maybe Anya's was a little bit more structured. And then we have Susie, who's in this damn sailor outfit that is just like disconnected. It's like, we are in Vegas. You are doing a promo video to get people to come see your show in Vegas. What is really going on? You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go ahead and talk about the runways, baby. Let's get into the runway. The category was opulent outerwear. Opulent outerwear. Who had my favorite look was Jules, because it just looked opulent and it was emphasis on the outerwear. Okay, in her gown that she had, I guess gown that she had underneath it was still cute, classy, and it went with the outerwear. Let me go ahead and go to Lexi. What the hell was this? What the hell was this? First off, we already had a quilted runway. So you decided, okay, when you got that list of runway themes, you decided to bring 2 quilted looks. And then what do you have under it? I know Tracy was talking about, somebody would wear that in LA, but no. No, because what are you wearing under it? It does not match what's going on the outside. Then you got this kiddish ass hairstyle with these bows that don't match the jacket, nor does it match your 2-piece. I hated Lexi's look. It was all over the place. All right, let's proceed. Sam, I feel like Sam had opulent outerwear. It was more so like a cape. That was the outerwear, and it looks good. I think Sam looks beautiful. They talked about how this outfit aged her. I mean, I guess, but like, she's a pageant queen. I feel like pageant queens are always aged because of the makeup, the hair, the poise. Like, it's just all in the attitude. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel. I don't really think it's even the outfit. I think it's more so of the pageantry of it all. Let's go ahead and talk about Susie Toot. What I liked about Susie Toot was the outfit. What I hated about Susie Toot was the makeup. God, girl, you in this blush. She talked about an elevated look. She wanted to elevate her look, come full circle. I said, what was elevated? The amount of blush that you use? You went from a lot to way more. You went from a lot to too much. Susie. But let's get back to the outfit. Opulent outerwear. I absolutely love the outerwear that she has on the runway. And then Anya. I love Anya's outfit. I love what she did with it. This poncho is definitely giving opulent, African opulence outerwear, baby. And I love the earrings. I don't remember, I was watching a review, but they said she needs to learn how to proportionize. I think the knocker earrings are how they are because of the reference. Okay, so I think Anya looks damn good. Okay, my top 2 favorite looks is Jules and Anya's. So let's go ahead and get into the bottom 2. All right, so they decided to put Sam and Susie Toot in the bottom. I know why Susie is in the bottom. I honestly could not fathom nor imagine why Sam is in the bottom, because when I was looking back at my notes, Sam did well in the photo shoot. Sam did well in the interview. Sam did well in the promo video. Sam stuck out to me on the dance and her runway. Like, I am really just gobsmacked as to why Sam is in the bottom. Just like I think she was too in the back, like in Untucked. She was surprised too. Like, I did not see that coming. I personally thought Lexi was going to be in the bottom because she struggled on her photo shoot. Her interview was fine. The dance, I felt like she was just cheesy, like doing too much. And her promo video was all over the place. Like, her runway was hideous. The bottom 2 to me should have been Lexi and Susie too. But they don't pay me the big bucks. They pay me the little bucks. So Sam and Susie Toot are who is in the bottom. They did Diana Ross. And I personally feel like Sam ate Susie up. Sam ate that up so much so where I said, right when the lip sync was over, I said, Sam ate that up. And I did my little clap. Okay, period. Sam ate that up. I feel like Susie started losing it because every time like the girls get kind of like desperate they start doing a lot, and that's when they start losing it for me. And I feel like that's what happened with Susie. She kind of got into her desperation bag, and she started kind of like getting sloppy and just all over the place. So Susie Toots, shockingly, Susie Toot is the one to go home. Yes, she went from being the quote unquote front runner, even though Anya had clearly way more wins than she had. She went from being the quote unquote front runner of the competition to being eliminated right before the finals. Let's talk about Susie Toot's mirror message and her goodbye message, because I couldn't find a picture, y'all. But her mirror message said, congratulations, the crown just got so much easier to win, or something. Winning the crown just got so much easier, something to that effect. So I was like, ooh, okay. But then in her goodbye message, this is what she said: your victory will be tainted by the fact that I should have won. I was like, Susie, girl, not looking like that. Not looking like that. I felt like she ate that up if she was like on some real stiff competition, but like if she was really the front runner, you know what I'm saying? I feel like she would have ate that message up. But I was dead. She said, your victory will be tainted by the fact that I should have had it. If you should have had it, you would have had it. Because let's be honest, Susie, what you can do is you can act. Comedy, don't really see you for you. Runways, hit or miss. Makeup, hell no. You act as if you a triple threat. I don't know. I just felt like she could have been a little bit more humble, because you not eating in the competition like you thought she was eating. Not in my personal opinion. Well, you guys, the next episode is going to be the lip sync Lollapalooza, where all the eliminated queens come back and lip sync for, I guess, money and prizes, baby, because they're not getting their way back in the competition. All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. Be sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoy my commentary. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. What y'all think about Susie 2 going home? I knew she was going to be in the bottom, but I didn't even think that, I honestly thought Lexi was going to go home this episode, honestly. But Susie definitely did very bad this episode. And of course, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned, okay? I love me a Lollapalooza. I've never reviewed a Lollapalooza, so I don't know if it's reviewable, but if so, I'll be back. If not, I will see y'all at the finale. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.